So to explain the concept of the house advantage or house edge, let me give you a scenario. You might have heard of individuals who are selling betting systems. In other words, they say, make this progression of bets or make this set of bets and you will win against the casino in the long term. Well, I'm here to tell you it's just not true. One very popular system is called the martingale system, which on the surface it seems like it makes perfect sense. The idea is that you start out betting the table minimum on a one-to-one bet, for example just a hand of blackjack with no splitting, no doubling, whatever. So basically you double up if you lose and you continue until you win. So let's take a look at the numbers and see what this looks like in practice. Let's say that you are flipping a coin. So heads if you win, tails if you lose. And you can bet anywhere from $5 to $500. One sample sequence might be you bet $5 and you lose, so you double. You bet $10 and you lose again, so you double. And then you win $20, which means that you have made a $5 profit. 20 minus the 15 that you lost before. And you can repeat so until you're rich. But of course, it doesn't work that way. Let's say that your table limits again are $5 minimum to $500 maximum. And your betting progression is to double up every time you lose, starting at $5. So you have 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160 and 320, and then you can't go to 640 because the table limit is 500. That means all you need to do to win your $5 is to avoid losing 7 times in a row. Losing 7 coin flips in a row happens 1 out of 128 times. That is 2 to the 7th. You want to avoid 7 losses and you have 2 opportunities. So you have heads or tails. Those 2 possible outcomes means that it will happen 1 out of 128 times. So 127 times you will win $5. 5 times 127 is $635. However, one time you will lose all 7 bets, and of course those bets add up to 635. So the martingale system might not make you money over the long term, but with a coin flip it means you're not losing money either, and you can basically play for free for as long as you want. But of course it's not as simple as that either. The flaw in the logic is that we assumed a perfectly fair bet, and there is no such thing as a perfectly fair bet. There's a house edge or house advantage built into every game there is in a casino, and that is what assures the long-term win for the casinos. For example, let's say that the house has a 50.5% chance of winning each coin flip. The house will win 50.5% of the time. You will win 49.5% of the time. So that means the house has a 1% edge over you. In this scenario, with a very low house advantage, 1% edge is actually very low house advantage. You will lose 7 in a row, about 1 out of every 120 times you play. The 119 times you will win. You win 5 times 119, which is 595. However, the one time you lose, you still lose 635. That makes your total loss minus 40. So, in this module, we learned about the house edge or house advantage, and we used the martingale system as an example to try and explain how the casinos win in the long term against systems like that. Thanks again for joining me. In the next lecture, we're going to talk a bit about some of the KPIs, the key performance indicators most iGaming companies use, and we're going to try and explain what each of those means.